The lifespan of solar panels is something between 25 and 30 years. The power gradually decreasing over time. Let's say you have a 500 watt solar panel. After a few years, it's gonna be 450 watts. In some cases, it could be even worse because of the microcrack, hotspot, and some other defects. So you have to test your solar panels at least once a year. For many years, I used to test them using a multimeter. But it turns out using a multimeter is completely wrong. If you look at the label behind your panel, you can see there are two different voltages and two different currents. The multimeter can only measure the short circuit current and open circuit voltage. According to Google, even the faulty solar panel can still produce the short circuit current and open circuit voltage that's written on the label. So you can't tell if your solar panel is good or bad just by using a multimeter. You need a solar tester with MPPT to measure the voltage and current at maximum power. So I got this one from Banggood.com. This is the only tester in the market that has a color display. It came with a Type-C charging cable, user manual, and test probe for the multimeter and the solar tester. There are two different types of this device. ET275 has a multimeter, so it's more expensive. But ET273 has no multimeter. There is no charger inside the box, so I'm using my phone's charger. When you turn on the device, you have a menu with 4 options. The first option is the solar tester. The second one is multimeter. Then we have the record of any solar panel we have tested before and setting to change the brightness of the display or factory reset. First, let's see the multimeter. So we can measure the DC voltage like a battery, for example. The AC mains voltage. We have ohmmeter to check the resistors. The diode test. The continuity test is too slow. Just look at this. It has a capacitor tester and finally a frequency counter with maximum frequency of 6 MHz. But to be honest, it was only 5.3 MHz. I like this LED indicator that show you where you have to connect the test probe. To measure very high voltage up to 2000 volt, you have to connect the probe in here. So now let's see the solar tester. The voltage of the solar panel must be less than 90 volts with maximum power of 2000 watts. Here I have 8 solar panels with different brands. You may wondering why I mixed different brands together. Because a few years ago I had no enough money to buy 8 solar panels at the same time. So I bought the first one and after a few months the second one. But I couldn't find the same brand. It sold out. Before testing them I have to clean them up to get the best result. I'm waiting for 12 p.m. when the sun facing the solar panels directly. First you have to switch off the circuit breaker. Because disconnecting the MC4 connector under load is so dangerous. It can arc over and catch fire. Connect the red wire to the positive terminal and the black one to the negative terminal. Select MPPT and press OK. The testing process takes 8 seconds. So as you can see, the power reading is 443 watts. This solar panel is 455 watts and it is 3 years old. You can pause the video and see the difference between the label and the reading value on the tester. It even draws the IV curve of the maximum power point tracking system. Then I test the second panel. It was 440 watts. The next one 441 watts. The other one 449 watts. This one is 436 watts. 425 watts. By the way, it's supposed to be 445 watts. The next one is 415 watts. And finally, the last one is 365 watt only. I think something wrong with it because it's supposed to be 450 watts. Even the IV curve is different than the other panels. The backside of this solar panel is not in the good condition. You see, this is why you need a solar tester. Because if you use the multimeter, it's gonna show you that this solar panel is good, since the short circuit current and open circuit voltage are completely normal. I have this 1 watt solar panel and I'm wondering if I can test it using this device or not. Because the user manual says any solar panel from 0 watt to 2000 watts. I know the minimum voltage of the solar panel must be 3 volts, but there is no minimum for the power. As you can see here, it can read the voltage, but it can't measure the current and power. So I guess the minimum power must be 10 watt or something like that to do the measurement. By using a multimeter, the short circuit current was 150 milliamp. And if you multiply it by 7 volt, it's gonna be 1 watt. Let's take a look inside. This lithium battery is 1500 milliamps as they promised. There are 2 microprocessors in here. You can pause the video and search the part number. I don't think you can transfer the test record to your laptop because I can't find any software for that. So the USB port is for charging only. I recommend you to buy one of these, but make sure you got the one with the multimeter. Because the solar tester is something that you're gonna use it once a year, but the multimeter can be used every day. You can find the link of this device below in the description. Even though I set the brightness to the maximum, but sometimes the display is unreadable in direct sunlight. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.